Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever been studying for an exam, looked at a bunch of computer terms, and felt like you were trying to read a secret code? Well, you are in the perfect place. Today, we're going to decode that language together, nice and easy.
Yeah? Does this look familiar? It's like an alphabet soup of tech words. But don't you worry. By the end of this, you'll see that each one is just a simple nickname for a part of the technology we use every single day. We're going to make it all crystal clear. So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll take a peek inside your computer at its most important parts. Then we'll see how it connects to the internet. After that, we'll talk about how we actually use our devices. And to finish things off, we'll have a fun little pop quiz to see what you've learned. Let's get started. All right, first up, let's pop the hood. We're talking about the basic hardware here. You know, the brain and the memory that actually make a computer run. These are the absolute building blocks for everything else. Okay, let's break these down. First, the ALU, or Arithmetic Logic Unit. Just think of this as the math whiz inside your computer's brain that handles all the calculations. The BIOS is the first program that starts when you turn your computer on. It kind of wakes everything up. Then we have memory. RAM is like your computer's work desk. It's short-term memory for whatever it's working on right now. ROM, on the other hand, is long-term memory with instructions that don't change. Your files, they're stored on an HDD or hard disk drive. We don't really use the old FTDs, floppy disk drives, anymore. And all this magic happens on tiny ICs or integrated circuits. And finally, a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply, is just a backup battery to protect your computer from a sudden power cut.
So, now we know what's going on inside the box. But how does it talk to the rest of the world? This next part is all about the language of the internet.
Let's follow the data trail, shall we? It starts with your ISP, your internet service provider. That's the company you pay for internet. They connect you to a network, maybe a LAN, which is a small local area network at your home, or a WAN, a wide area network that can cover a whole city. Once you're online, your computer gets a unique address, its IP, or Internet Protocol. When you type a website's address, that's the URL, your browser uses HTTP to ask for that page from the www, the World Wide Web. And if you're downloading a file, that's usually done using FTP, the File Transfer Protocol. See? It's all connected. We've covered the hardware and the internet. But what about us? How do we actually control the computer and work with our files? Well, that's where interfaces and file formats come in.
This is all about how we see things on our screen. Most of us use a GUI, a graphical user interface. With all its friendly icons and windows, it's way easier than the old text-only systems like DOS. And on that screen, we see different files, right? For pictures, you have formats like JPEG, GIF, and PNG. They're all just different ways to save an image. For simple notes, you've got TXT files. And for more organized data, there's XML. Each one is just a specific way of storing information. Okay, you've done the hard part, now it's time for a little test. These are the kinds of questions that pop up on exams all the time, so let's see how you do. No pressure, this is just for fun.
First question, remember this one? It's the set of rules that web browsers use to fetch pages from the internet. What do you think? Go ahead and lock in your answer.
And the answer is C, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Awesome job if you got that right. It's basically the backbone of how we browse the web.
Okay, question number 2. Now this one's a bit of a bonus. It's a super famous company that's been a giant in the tech world for, wow, over 100 years. What does IBM stand for? The correct answer is A, International Business Machine, a true pioneer of computing. Great, let's keep that momentum going. Question 3 for you. Every single device that's connected to the internet has one of these. It's kind of like a home address, but for your computer online. What is IP?
Yes, you got it, it's Internet Protocol. Just like we said, it's that unique address that makes sure all the information online gets to the right place. Well done.
Number 4. Who's the company you call to set up your Wi-Fi? They provide you with your internet. What? Think about the service they're offering. That's the one. B, Internet Service Provider. They're your personal gateway to the entire World Wide Web. Okay, just one more question to go.
And for our last question, another bonus one. This is a term for the entire industry we've been talking about today. What does IT stand for? And the final answer is D, Information Technology. Congratulations, you made it through the quiz. I bet you did great. And there you have it. You've successfully decoded some of the most common terms in computing. See? These abbreviations aren't so intimidating once you know what they stand for. They're just quick ways to talk about the parts and rules that make our digital world work.
So I'll leave you with something to think about. Tech is always changing, right? With things like AI and all this new stuff on the horizon, the language is always growing. What new abbreviation do you think we'll all need to know soon? अगर आपको ये वीडियो हेल्पफुल लगा हो तो प्लीज़ लाइक, शेयर और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना। सारे PDFs के लिए मेरा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करें, लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है। कीप वॉचिंग एंड स्टे ट्यून्ड।